Hogs. We think of hogs as dirty, sweaty, stupid animals. If given a choice, pigs will not poop where they eat or sleep. They don't have sweat glands, so rolling in the mud cools them off, removes bugs, and keeps them from getting sunburned. Some people seem to like it too. Pigs are smarter than dogs. Stupid dog, you make me look bad.
Stupid dog, you made me look bad.
I wouldn't run off and live with wild hogs. I'm still traumatized from what that hog did that boy in Old Yeller. Spiders. Spiders evoke a primal fear. They want to catch and bite us. They want revenge for us wrecking their web. All they want is to live to fight another day. Out of 50,000 species, only 400 are dangerous to people. Spiders just want their share of the 800 million tons of insects they remove each year. I freak out less when I walk into a spider web now. They want blood. That's what most people think. Hollywood did a number to bats' image. Mythical vampires that drink blood and change them to bats. There are about 14,000 species of bats and only 3 species of vampire bats. They live in Mexico and South America. They go for easy targets like sleeping animals. People are seldom on the menu. Attacking owls. With all the videos they have of attacking owls, you would think it happens all the time. About 200 people a year get flatlined from animals like horses, cows, bees, wasps, and dogs. Most owl attacks happen to walkers and joggers early in the morning and late in the evening. Most attacks happen because they are protecting their territory or their young. Everybody knows you don't mess with a mama and her babies. The wolf effect, restoring balance in Yellowstone. Wolves, ferocious killers, right? For years we feared them as bloodthirsty predators straight out of fairy tales. What if everything you heard about wolves is dead wrong? Let's uncover the truth, starting with a wild experiment in Yellowstone. In 1995, wolves were brought back to Yellowstone National Park after being gone almost 70 years. People predicted chaos, carnage in the wild. But what actually happened? By the end of this, you'll see why wolves might just be nature's unsung heroes. Here's what we learned. Wolves are the keystone species that regulate the whole ecosystem. By keeping elks in check, they let plants regrow, more food for beavers to stabilize rivers, and boost biodiversity. Even bears and birds thrive. Far from villains, wolves turn Yellowstone into a healthier ecosystem. So next time you hear a howl, don't fear it, cheer it. Who knew Snoopy could do all of that? Want more wild truth? Like and subscribe. Rats, the most misunderstood heroes. Rats, creepy pests or secret superheroes. You've been wrong about them your whole life. These tiny champs are smarter than most pets, loyal like dogs, and even save lives. They sniff out landmines and war zones and detect tuberculosis faster than high-tech labs. But that's just the start. Rats have secrets so wild, they'll blow your mind. First off, rats aren't the dirty invaders you think. They're cleaner than cats, grooming constantly. History dissed them, but they've been our unsung sidekicks forever. Think ship rats that accidentally mapped the world with explorers. And let's not forget about Ratatouille, the dish made popular by a rat. Now the crazy stuff. 1. Rats dream like humans. Scientists hooked up their tiny little brains and found them replaying mazes in their sleep. Proof they got imagination. 2. They laugh when you tickle them. The ultrasonic giggles are too high for us to hear, but it's a pure joy. Rats are ticklish comedians. And 3, the wildest yet, rats can drive. Researchers trained them to pilot tiny little electric cars for treats, and guess what? They love it.
On my birthday.
It reduces their stress like a rat road trip.
I was definitely
They aren't
skeptical
just rodents,
that the
they're
rats would
brainy,
learn to drive a
emotional,
car at
and
first.
downright cool.
But they were really
So next time you spot a rat, don't freak out. Give a nod to these misunderstood heroes. They're dreaming, laughing, and maybe even plotting their next big adventure.
They drive very similar to how a human drives. Biggest difference is that their eyesight is not good, so they really orient themselves by smell.
Did you know vultures can smell death from over a mile away? These creepy cleanup crews don't just eat carcasses, they're nature's ultimate recyclers. But here's the wild part. Some say vultures can predict when something's about to die before it even happens. Scientists are still scratching their head. Is it instinct or something spookier? Could they sense a heartbeat slowing down? Detect a shift in the air we can't feel? Or maybe, just maybe, they got a connection to something beyond what science can explain. Their sixth sense is still a mystery, one we're dying to unravel. What do you think they know we don't know? They might be nature's Clorox, but I want to die in a house where they can't get to me. The laughing predators. They call them scavengers, villains, even nature's creeps. But what if everything you know about hyenas is a lie? This guy is crazy. Hyenas aren't just scavengers, they're fierce hunters. Take down prey twice their size. Their laugh, it's not evil, it's how they talk. And get this, they got a secret society where females rule the pack. So why do we hate them? Is it their looks or something deeper? Turns out hyenas are survivors, smart, loyal, and tougher than lions. The villain label? Just a misunderstanding from old stories. Next time you hear the laugh, don't cringe, smile. They're not monsters. They're nature's underdogs. Misjudged for too long, hyenas deserve a second look. What's your take? I'm allergic to animals with a lot of teeth. Sharks. The very word conjures up images of terror, razor-sharp teeth, and Hollywood horror. But what if everything you've been told about these ocean giants is only half the story? Welcome to Misunderstood Sharks, a journey to uncover the truth about these incredible creatures. Sharks have been painted as mindless killing machines. Thanks to movies like Jaws, in reality, they're far more than that. With over 500 species roaming our oceans, from the massive whale shark to the tiny dwarf lantern shark, sharks are as diverse as they are misunderstood. I think I'll pass on swimming with these jumbo-sized piranha. Here's a fact. You're more likely to get struck by lightning than attacked by a shark. In 2024 alone, unprovoked shark attacks worldwide numbered fewer than 100, with only a handful fatal. Compare that to millions of sharks humans kill each year, often for their fins or by accident in fishing nets. Far from being bloodthirsty monsters, sharks are finely tuned survivors. Their senses, smelling blood from miles away, detecting electrical fields, make them apex predators, but also vital players in keeping the oceans healthy. They clean up the sick and the dead, balancing marine ecosystems. Take the hammerhead shark, for example. Its odd-shaped head isn't just for show, it's a built-in radar for hunting. Or the whale shark, a gentle giant that feeds on plankton, not people. These animals aren't out to get us, they're just trying to live, just like us. But sharks face a bigger threat than their reputation, us. Overfishing, habitat loss, and climate change are pushing many species toward extinction. The truth is, they need our help more than we need to fear them. So next time you hear the ominous movie music, remember, sharks aren't the villains. we've made them out to be. They're survivors, architects of the sea, and maybe, just maybe, misunderstood heroes. Let's give them a chance to tell their real story. Snakes. For centuries they've been feared, reviled, and cast as symbols of evil. But what if these slithering creatures we dread are just one of nature's most misunderstood wonders? Welcome to Misunderstood Snakes, where we shed the myths and uncover the truth. Me and snakes got an agreement. I don't mess with them, and they don't mess with me. What? With over 3,000 species worldwide, snakes come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, from the tiny thread snake that fits in the palm of your hand to the mighty reticulating python. Yet most people see them as nothing more than a threat. Let's set the record straight. First, the fear factor. Yes, some snakes are venomous, about 600 species, but only a fraction pose a real danger to humans. In fact, you're more likely to be injured by a dog or a bee than a snake. Globally, snake bites claim fewer lives than car accidents, and many bites happen because we step into their world, not the other way around. Take the rattlesnake. Its rattle isn't a war cry, it's a warning to stay away. Or the boa constrictor, a hunter that squeezes, not poisons. These aren't mindless killers, they're survivors, perfectly adapted to their environments. Snakes play a crucial role in nature. They control pest populations like rodents that destroy crops, and their shedding their skin reminds us of renewal, not menace. Even their venom, feared by so many, is being studied to create life-saving medicines. From biblical villains to movie monsters, snakes have been unfairly cast as evil, but in reality they're neither good nor bad. They just are. Cultures that revere them, like in India or ancient Egypt, saw their power and grace long before we turned them into nightmares. So, why the bad rap? Maybe it's their silent glide, their unblinking stare, or the mystery they carry. But snakes don't need our fear, they need our respect. They're not here to haunt us, they're here to remind us of nature's complex beauty.